Ooh, looking a little dehydrated. What are we adding? A little more cold. How's his temperature doing? Okay, not so bad. How's he doing? Not too bad, not too bad. How's his temperature? Okay. How's it going? You can join this group for right now. Okay, I'll get you a paper in 1 sec. Cold? Come on over. There you go. Cold. All right. That's it. Stop your homer. Put your hand on the bottom. I'm coming around to tell you if he's dead or alive. I know. Dead. He has a fever. Barely hanging on. No, he's dead. Fever and he's low. That's like dead on, Mars. That's impressive. Oh, it's fine. No cheating. I think your homer is alive. Looking a little pale, but alive. He's a bit dehydrated, but he is still leaking, so I'll say alive. All right, let's see. No, I think he's good. Yeah, he's alive. All right, so at number 10, you can tell me if your homer is dead or alive. All right. Hey, we are going to do cleanup in a second, but we're going to do some other stuff first. All right. So what I would like you guys to do, right next to your directions, there is this chart that has you identifying the different parts. So what was the stimulus or stimuli? Stimuli is the plural. So what are the different stimulus? And then you're going to go through that feedback loop vocab. Right? What was the stimulus? What are the receptors? Who was the control center? So you're thinking about the things in the lab that represented those vocab terms. Okay? So that's what you guys are going to work on together now. Okay, so that's on the back side of the pink paper. All right, so talk about them. What does a receptor do? Like changes. So the stimulus is the change, right? Then what is a receptor? Look for the vocab. That's maintaining homeostasis, but a receptor is the thing that's going to do what with the stimulus? Change? Not change. Do you have your vocab from last week? Look for the homeostasis feedback vocab. See if you can figure it out. All right, so how about you guys? What are you thinking for a receptor?
Receptor again is like the cells that detect it.
What represented the cells that are doing the detecting here?
The leader.
Very good. How about you guys? Any you're stuck on so far? Talk to each other. The yellow fluid, So what does stimuli mean? Think back to that vocab. What's a stimulus? Something that doesn't change? That does change. So what was changing in this scenario? Temperature and there are multiple. That's why it's stimuli, not stimulus. All right, what do we got so far? I wrote down the stimuli was like her body losing fluid and color and the temperature. Good. And what is acting as a receptor? Thermometer. Okay. Could you add anything to the receptors? Think about it. What else were you using to detect stuff? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So what does a receptor do? Not react. So for example, your eyes are receptors. They see. So what are they doing with the stimulus? Not fixing it yet, right? They're part of the fixing process. But a receptor is going to do, it's kind of a word that rhymes with receptor, if you ask me. Perhaps with a D. I was going to say like detect or decept. Like you can see it because you're detecting the stimuli. Very good. Sorry. Welcome. We're going to submit something else. Okay. Guys, I suggested having your the vocab out for a reason. It is going to help you make sense of which one is which. Yeah. All right. So what was the stimuli or stimuluses? Below water level, what else? Temperature and color. So the change in all of those things. Remember, a stimuli is a change. What's recepting it? Which is not a word. What's the receptors? Thermometer, and to some extent, the control center, right? Who the boss, the leader? Okay. Okay. Who is the control center? The leader, right? You were in charge of telling everyone what to do. Well, who are the effectors? Right. Any of my other three, my cold, hot, and orange water kids. And then what was the response? Right. To add whatever type of water was appropriate. You can even say return to homeostasis. Okay? So here's what we're going to do now. Okay? You're going to pick one of the things that you were monitoring. So water level, water temperature, or water color. This is on the green sheet I just gave you. You're going to tell me what the set point for the variable was. And we went over all those. That's on your pink sheet. And then this should look familiar because we did this with blood sugar. Okay? But it's actually simplified. It doesn't have all, it has a few less of the things. It doesn't have the effectors and the receptors on there. So you're going to tell me both sides of the negative feedback loop. So if you pick water level, you're going to tell me what the two possible changes are for water level. Color or temperature. And then you're going to tell me how do you fix each one. Because remember, homeostasis is fixing, it's maintaining. Okay? They're numbered to kind of help you guide through it. So if you find where your set point is, okay, what's the stimulus control center response? And then going the other direction, stimulus control center response. On the back, you're going to explain it. Okay? So for right now, this part, you can talk it out as a group, the front. The back is going to be you writing about it independently. Okay? Yeah. All right. So you can talk about this. You can show me the loop, ask me questions. Is this by your opinion? Yes. Yeah, whichever one you want to do, whichever one you thought was hardest. Yes, sir?
Would this be a response or the control center?
So what did we say on the pink sheet was the control center?
The group leader.
Right. So is that the group leader?
Yeah, the group leader would tell us to add both hot and cold water. So would it?
Adding the water would be the
response.
Right. Think of it as cause, effect. Stimulus is like a cause, response is like an effect. Okay? Mm-hmm. What set point was 240?
On the water temperature.
Oh, yeah. Water temperature was 240? We'd be in a lot of trouble. Okay. All right. Which one are you guys going to pick?
Water temperature.
Okay. So what's the set point for water temperature?
It was the set point, boy.
You just did it too?
I
What's the
did.
set point, boy?
Oh, boy.
Aren't-
A
Why you
girl?
calling him boy?
Because he was the boy.
Nathan, what is the set point for the water temperature? You have it
It was
on here.
in the,
Right here.
21 Celsius.
Yep. No, but what is the number? What's the actual
The
number you want there?
6,000.
No, please no. All right, so then what's one way it can change? The temperature of the water can get to. The stimulus is a change. How is it changing? Okay, it can get warmer. Okay, so first stimulus could be water temperature goes up. All right. All right, so which one do you want to write about? Water level? So then what would his set point be for his water level? To go right in the middle. You got it. What's the set point? Which one are you going to pick? So water level, what's the set point? Same thing as him. You want to switch the temperature? Okay. But if you want to stick with water level, what's the water level for Homer? Where were you supposed to keep it? Oh, that's going to drip. That's the temperature. What's the level? How high should the water be? At his, right. So that would be your set point. Okay. So now what happens if you go this way? What direction are you going? Right. So what would be the stimulus? Water temperature increases. Okay. Very good. So just follow the loop. It's like follow the yellow brick road, but less fun. Okay. Good so far. Okay. Getting warmer, getting colder. All right, so then you guys are kind of both at the same place. What is going to be the control center for this? Oh, sorry. Austin's still writing. So what is kind of figuring out who's in charge of, Okay, so that would be your control center. Okay, and then what's the leader tell you to do? There you go. That's the response. And then you basically just do the opposite on the other loop. No problem. Homeostasis is not so bad. Looking good. All right, anyone need help with their loops? So is this the, oh yeah, that works. That one works too, adding cold water there. All right, so here we have to pick. What was your water temperature? Water temperature is going to be, the set point is going to be the number. So what's going to be the water temperature? What number would we put here?
The number.
Yep, you're putting the same one there. That's pretty impressive. All right, so you have 25 degrees. What's one way that temperature can change? It can go, right? So here we can say temperature increases. Okay, and then you just kind of follow it around. If the temperature goes up, who detects it, and then like what did they tell you to do? Okay, no problem. All right, Alex, if you're done on the front, you can work on the back. All right, so what could happen to the water level compared to his eyebrows? It could increase. Okay, so that would be a good one to put here. And then what's the other option? Yep, so that would go on the other side, right? Because that's why we have negative feedback. We can have two possibilities. So there's two ways you can say it. You can say what the control center was, and then also you can say like what it told you to do.
Okay.
So who was your control center?
Group leader.
Group leader. Miles, you alive? Okay. Look at the back. We're on a paper shortage, man. I put stuff on the back.